Hey guys, Scott here. In this tutorial, we're going to look at adding articles, which are basically the pages that make up your Joomla 1.5 website. Now, if you haven't learnt about categories and sections in Joomla yet, I do recommend you watch the video on structuring Joomla 1.5 to learn what the sections and categories are, as you'll need those set up before you start posting articles. So there's a link to it here as well, straight under this video. So first thing you need to do to add an article is log into Joomla. So this is when you logged into the admin side of Joomla. And you can select Article Manager here or go Content Article Manager. Now here's a list of all the articles that are currently published. They're all the sample ones that are installed with Joomla. So they're all sample ones. Now you can select any of those to edit them. So just either click them or tick the box beside them and go edit, however you want to do it. I usually just click on the article. But for now, we want to create our own new article. So click new. Now, if you watch the video structuring Joomla, you know every article needs to be under a section and a category. So, well, first you can type in the title of the article you're about to make. Let's just say we wanted to do one on how to install Joomla. That's the article we wanted to make. The alias, so that's the title of the article. The alias is what's used in the URL instead of the page title. A lot of the time I will like to use the title, so I'll leave this blank. If you leave this blank, once you save it, it'll use this as the alias, your title. But if you make a long title and you don't want the URL to have that much in it, you can type in your own alias, which will be used in the URL instead of the title. If you don't understand this, just leave it blank because it'll just use the title. And now choosing the section and the category for this one. So if this was my site and I was doing a tutorial on how to install Joomla, I would select the section of creating your website, but I'm just going to select new section for now. The new section is what I actually named the new section I made in the previous video. And there's only one category, which was creating, but there'd be a list of categories here if you made a list. And then select the category for the video, or sorry, for the article. And here is where you want to put the content of your article. This is the body. So if you've written it in Word, you can copy and paste it here. But if you haven't written it yet, you can write it here if you want to. But I do recommend writing it outside of this and then copying and pasting it. Let's just put some sample text here. You can add links by selecting the text you want to add the link to and click this button here. And then this adding a link page will open and you can put in the link that you want it to go to. You can basically, it's just standard editing stuff. You can look at the HTML source of this page and you can edit images, whatever you've added in, you can edit the actual HTML of the body. So that's just the basics of the article. So once you've written your title, you've selected the section it's in, you can choose here if you want it to show on the front page of your site. Usually just leave this set to no unless you're writing it for the front page. Also, it's published. If you want to write this article now, but you don't want to publish it to your site yet, select no here. That way you can work on it for a while, over a few days or whatever. And when you're ready to publish it, just switch this to published to yes, and then you can save those changes. Now, the parameters. Here's where you can choose the author of this article, the author alias you can enter in. Now, the access level, what you choose here will determine who gets to view this article. If you leave it set to public, it means everyone is allowed to view it that views your website. If you set it to registered, it means only people that are logged in and have the registered status can view the article. So that's good for a membership site. And special for people with special privileges, but usually you won't really worry about that. So it'll either be public or registered. I'm going to leave it set to public so that everyone can see it. You can actually set the date for it to start publishing. If you want it to start, like, if you want to type it now and have it be published in 2 days, 3 days, or whatever time and date you want. And you can also have it come off publishing. So you can have it be up for like a day and then cancel. I'm going to leave that set to publish straight away and never finish being published. Now let's click on parameters advanced. Now this is basically, if I go to my site here and look at a sample article, I'll select Joomla overview. Notice there's buttons here for PDF, which will save this article as a PDF to my computer or the visitor's computer. You can print it and you can also email it off. And you'll see there's also a date and time here, when it was last updated. And usually if you got it set to show an author, it'll say who wrote it somewhere. Every template shows different spots. But now if you come back here, you can change these. You can use the global settings, which is what you've got everything set to, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you don't want to show this title, see it says here, this is the title. If you didn't want to show that, you could change this to no, so you don't want to show the title, or you can change it to yes. Usually leave everything set to global and you use the same settings for your whole site. But if you want to change it for the individual article, you change those here. Here's the icons, the PDF icon, printer icon, and email. You can disable all those, hiding them. So basically you can change what you want there, but usually leave it to global and just change your global settings so that every page is the same. Now this metadata information is where you get to enter the description for your website and the keywords. Now the description you enter here will actually be the small description you see on Google underneath the site. So if I go back here and just type in anything, click search, this is the description here. So what you enter in the description box is what actually gets shown there in the search engines. Right? So you want to enter a decent description there. Now the keywords, here's where you get to enter your keywords for your article. So if mine was how to install Joomla, I'd put in keywords like install Joomla. Every single keyword is separated by a comma. So if you want a phrase, you just put the two words there like install Joomla, comma. If you want to do just one word, just like Joomla, then comma. That's another keyword. You can do longer phrases like 4 words or whatever you want. Just separate each keyword with a comma. Now once you've done that, click save. You can pretty much ignore these bottom two unless you know what you're doing. So just ignore those for now. So once you've done all that, you can click save and then this article will be saved. So the alias, there's no alias there at the moment, but because I left it blank, if I go back into it now, where is it? I just got to find it now. Okay, now you'll notice there's actually 3 pages of articles. So to find the one I just did, I can display all the articles and just look through the list, or I can go next page and keep going through 20 articles at a time to find it, or you can use a filter here. Now I know I named it how to install Joomla, so I'm just going to go how to and click go. So this will search all the articles for all of them containing the words how to. Mine was the only one. So now I'm just going to select that again to go back into edit it. And now you'll see the alias has actually been automatically set up, which is the exact same as the title, just removing the spaces with replacing them with hyphens. So that's basically all there is to actually writing individual articles. Now, if you didn't want to put your article in a section or category, there's uncategorized here. So you can select that and it won't get put under anything then. But if you select a section, you have to select a category. That's just how it works. So I'm just going to cancel this for now. So that's how you add an article. And now let's look at the global settings for the articles. Remember how I said to leave it set to global so you can change settings for every article? Click parameters here. And these are the global settings for every single article. So if you leave it set to global settings, it'll use this. Now you notice they're set to yes and no, hide and show on that. So you can edit here to however you want it set. You can remove the titles, all article titles. You can remove all of them if you want to. You can remove the sections, change it to however you want. You can hide the PDF icons in every single article and the email icons if you want to. So once you've changed all that, just scroll to the top and click save, and that'll save all your global settings. And that's basically all there is to writing articles. So articles are basically the pages of your site, and you can use your menus to link to articles. So if you've added a lot of articles and you want to start making a menu to have something like my menu up here, I recommend watching the Making Menus in Joomla 1.5 video or tutorial here. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can get to my site by going to the website teacher.com. Now it's actually www.the-website-teacher.com, or you can actually also type in just the website teacher with no hyphens or anything.com, and then that will redirect to my site. So it will redirect and put in the proper thing for you. So remember to sign up to the newsletter to get helpful emails regularly.